So today I want to share with you a tiny little habit that I call a tiny life experiment, that if you do this, it's a very simple process. If you spend a few minutes doing this every day, it's going to buy you an hour or more of action the next day. It's very simple but very powerful, and I call it the daily action map. And I'm going to explain to you what this is, why it matters, why it's so beneficial, and how to use it. Again, very simple process. So what is it? What do you want to do with this daily action map? Well, you want to end each day by creating a simple action plan for tomorrow. So if your day wraps up at 2, if it wraps up at 5, at 8, it doesn't matter. Take a few minutes to create a list of action items that you want to accomplish tomorrow. And I'm going to talk about how to do this in a little bit more detail in just a second. But that's the essential tiny little habit. Now, why do you want to practice this? What's so beneficial? As mentioned there, it says a written plan gives your brain clarity and removes resistance to taking action. Your brain loves clarity. When it knows what it needs to do, it is more inclined to take action. Think of it this way. If someone were to blindfold you and tell you to move forward with that blindfold on, how fast would you move? Would you move at all? Maybe not, because with the blindfold on, you don't know what the next step is going to do, where it's going to take you. And that's resistance to taking action. And the same thing happens when you start your day without a written plan, a clear idea of what you want to accomplish. It's like putting on a mental blindfold. Your brain doesn't know what to do, and guess what? It's going to resist taking action. So that clarity is going to help you to move forward and accomplish things each day. Now, the second reason why you want to create a daily action map is that it gives your brain time to process tasks overnight, which can lead to better solutions. Your brain is an answer machine. It loves solving problems. It loves coming up with ways of doing things. And so the more time you give it to do this, the more successful solutions it's going to find. So if you give your brain 12 hours to think about the tasks that you need to do tomorrow and how to accomplish them and how to take care of them, then your brain is going to naturally and intuitively guide you when you work on those tasks to get them done. And if it involves solving problems, you're going to come up with those solutions a lot faster. Again, when you give your brain time to come up with these solutions, which you do when you plan your day tomorrow, today. All right? So how do you do this? It's not a difficult process. Step number 1 is you want to write it down. Write down a list of 3 to 5 specific tasks for tomorrow, including details like times and names, things like that. And of course, you could accomplish maybe 10 things tomorrow or even more. But the goal here is to just simply write down the 3 to 5 most important things that you want to get done tomorrow. And what I mean by adding details is if there's a person involved, write down their name in that list item. If there's a place, write its name down. If there's an amount, if you have to complete 2 proposals or something like that, write down 2 proposals in your list item. Details give your brain greater clarity, and that helps it to take action, again, as we discussed a moment ago. Now, the next step after you've created your list, what do you want to do? Is you want to review it in the morning and visualize the steps to complete each task. So before you start your workday, get your list out, look at each of those items, and just play out in your mind the steps that it's going to take to complete those. Nothing too challenging, nothing too involved. Just play out for a moment the steps that you see that you're going to have to take to complete that task. Again, greater clarity is going to help you to get those things done. And finally, once you've done that, once you've written them down, reviewed it the next morning, then you want to get to work and start with the most important task first. Find the task on that list that is the most challenging, the one that's going to take the most time, the one that you hate, maybe, that you don't want to do, and do that one first. Because if you do that, it's going to give you momentum to take care of all the smaller, tinier tasks throughout the rest of the day. But that first task, you want it to be a significant task. It's going to be a very powerful tool for helping you to get things done. Now, what's a roadblock? Well, one that we would all face probably is forgetting to do it. And what's the solution? Set a daily reminder to do it and then keep your planner handy. So at the end of your day, if your day wraps up at 5, Put a reminder on your phone or your watch or somewhere, or on a post-it note, to put together this simple daily action map. And once you get the process going, get your notebook or whatever you do or whatever you use to plan your day, keep it on your desk so that it's handy, so you don't have to go find it, so you don't have to go searching for it. It's right there, and the convenience of having your planner right there is going to help you to get it done. So I hope you found this idea useful. If you did, or if you do, please like and share it. I'd appreciate that. And I'd appreciate hearing your comments about how you're using this idea, or maybe some tweaks that you are able to put into action, or maybe a similar situation or a similar plan of action that you're using in your own daily life to get things done as well. And with all that being said, appreciate you joining me today, and have an amazing day.